Okay, so just gonna go walk down. Oh, should check if my car door is locked first. That would be smart. So yeah, it's been interesting to go back to Australia, come back to Australia, my country, after basically 20 years. This is the longest I've been back in Australia for a while, and have to tell you, it's been it's a very different country to where I left, and yeah, just to let you know, like, just not, I was in Thailand, and I went to Cambodia a few times, and I was like, wow. Like, the first time I actually went to Cambodia was 2000 and, when was I at university? 2003. And I was there for about a week. It's really nice. It's very relaxed, calm. I felt the people there, they say Thailand's the land of smiles, and I sort of got that impression about Cambodia too. But now, like, a few little opportunities have come my way that are interesting. In Thailand, what it was called Gerda. It was a HIV orphanage. I used to go in there and do little things here and there. Something that I wanted to continue, but then started working at university, and the hours kept stacking up, and so I couldn't really do that. But we're gonna have a rain. Look at that. But so the yeah, that was really fun. But now I spoke to somebody in Cambodia the other day who works at a university. I'm not going to mention which university, and they said, why don't you come over here and teach? You're an Australian government accredited trainer. But the problem is there's one problem with when you go to live in Southeast Asia. If you're working for a local company, it's salary-wise, it's very tough. So what you need to do is set it up so that you can run some other business. Now, I'm in a perfect situation making AI agents. But one thing I want to do is work with the orphanage as well. So the university are interested in digital transformation and AI. And the it'll be very close to an orphanage workshop, where what they do is, that's interesting, they've got a whole thing there. What they do is they make things there for the kids. Desks. They also make, like, what do you call them? Like kit rooms, I guess, when they have the funding and to do that. So basically, kids might be at an orphanage in another part of Cambodia or Laos or Thailand. They'll build something, then send it out, deliver it, and that is so much fun. But they said the problem is you need your own money to do it. Like, we don't have any, and we rely on international funds. But you'd need about a couple of $1,000 a month to do it. So I thought I have a GoFundMe, and I've done a GoFundMe before for the HIV orphanage. Raised about $8,000 to re-kit two classrooms, and that was really good. And what's that noise? Oh, it's an aeroplane. And so I think this is going to be really cool if I can get back there somehow. Number one, I need a passport. That's a problem. My passport's so full of stamps. The other thing is I need to make sure with Cambodia, like in Thailand, you have to, if you change visa, you have to leave the country, then go back. And sometimes they just make you leave anyway. Even when I was working at a university, like nationally recognized university, you know, that was actually one of the royal family members was, what do they call? I like a custodian. Immigration still made me leave the country. I went to Cambodia, and I was wondering why is that? And it was because the permit had to change as well, and it was very confused. I think that and the HR at that university just didn't. What was that noise? If they had fought for it, it would have been done. But you know, it ends up costing, like, every time you do that, like, a lot of money. But so I have to make sure that doesn't happen in Cambodia. I know a French man who I believe is connected, but with a lot of the politicians, and may even be acquaintance of the royal family of Cambodia. And I might just ask him about the process, if there is a process. But I may end up going back, because here it's I don't know, I don't really particularly, it's not something that I'm getting like a lot of value out of. I mean that in a good way too, like it's just positive impact, that's the word. Okay. And I think there could be a real good impact over there, but also just assisting other people who may want to come in for a day or two to assist. And I was speaking to the university, who said if you did come, you could probably run a course on AI here, like, because a lot of the AI, it's still English, and how do we adopt it? How do we adapt it? But not only that, which country do people go? Philippines, right? They go to Philippines for, what do you call that? Remote outsourcing work, right? And I was saying we've always thought Cambodia would be good for that. Now, I remember working at one of the universities I would work at. The English language proficiency of Cambodian university graduates is as good as what you can get in the Philippines. It truly is. And the only thing I remember is they had more British sounding accents than Filipinos. Filipinos get that American accent going. That's great. Everybody loves American accent. But I was just thinking that I said, yeah, remote or outsourcing work, especially like data entry and AI based, would be really good. The university, the person I know there, he said, I could arrange things for you here, meet and introduce you to hundreds of graduates. Just be a matter of getting the businesses to get involved. It's an interesting number plate. 61. But it looked like a word to me, but it's not, is it? So I thought, yeah, this sounds good, but just the orphanage, like, 1 or 2 days a week. Go there, build stuff for the kids, assist in maybe promotion, social media, advertising, and get the word out there. But I definitely need some help to get it done, because right now, being in Australia, it's so expensive to live and to do anything. So I just got to work out how to do it all, because it's going to rain real bad. Just got to work out now, well, going over to Cambodian orphanage. Oh, hi guys. And just got to think now how to do it all. Look at that beautiful Australian flag. That's beautiful, that flag, don't you think? And I hope it never is changed. So one thing that I can say since I've been alive, 1979 baby I was, it's never changed. So, but I was just thinking, this sounds like something that I can contribute to. I'll set up GoFundMe, a Patreon, to get the cash flowing in, and once a year I'll need a new one of these little things. But we can really get a lot of cool stuff going and doing a lot of good for I mean, I remember when I was there last time, it wasn't just kids, it's like, teenagers and, older people, I guess, kids, when you're 16, 17, 18, and they've lost their families or things like that. They also need a lot of assistance. But the one thing I remember from even back when I went 20 years ago, there were 17, 18-year-olds, and how focused they were on improving their lives compared to, say, kids who had everything, like they had families, they had everything. They didn't have a problem of being the issues of being an orphan, I guess is the words. How focused they were when they got given the opportunity, I think, because they really they knew that this was the one thing that could make their lives absolutely awesome and phenomenally better, So they like these opportunities. Ambience. Just the university hospital. Practically see it from here. It would be imagine being able to give them skills that could be used in outsourcing work, opportunities in Cambodia that would really be very financially rewarding for them. I think it'd work pretty good. I think it'd be fantastic. And we could document it and build a great social media presence for it. So I'm thinking this might be a really good thing to do. Hey, I could work at the university, just teaching 1 or 2 courses. Just 1 course I think would be enough. And maybe it could be, teaching agnostic, agentic, MCP. That would be enough. Model context protocols. I should have to remember that. But that would be a really good opportunity, I think, compared to staying here. I could still come back from time to time. And so I think, I'm going to make a few more inquiries. But it'll definitely cost me just to live there, 24,000 a year Australian dollars. So I need that coming in. And what's that, about 80 Australian dollars a day? So that, just get the promotion, marketing, advertising going. Should be able to do it. And here I'm at the new station, Parkwood, isn't it? Where am I now? Parkwood. Looks pretty cool. It's very cold. And looks all good. That goes to all kinds of cool places. But so if I could, I could do that for 25,000 dollars a year to stay there and work at the university and that. So need some support there. Look at that. And we could work out how to build the business. We got a little train there for kids, and looks like I don't know what that is. Looks like a spider web kind of thing. That sounds fun. So this is I've never seen this before. Parkwood East it's called. And that just leads onto the road that goes up to the highway. There's that road. A lot has changed, since I came back. That's why I felt like when I came back here, I just was like, I don't know about this place. It just feels strange to me, like, how can I describe it? It's not really my kind of play. Like, it felt unfamiliar. But as I walk around and see things, it sort of feels familiar a little bit. But I just don't think I'm gonna stay here for a long time. I'll be back in probably by this year sometime, because I just I want to do something that's impactful. It's nice looking, isn't it? And just like to do something a little bit impactful.